Yeah, it's clobbering time.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
Hey yo, from the halls of justice to the temple of doom, the space wizards return and earn a sonic the boom, pulling swords from stones, throwing rings into volcanoes, water full of witches, I'm inevitably Thanos. Voltron made alliance, Wakanda with a panther, Walker Mars, Darker Manhattan, Spock and for an answer. Live long and prosper, the force will be with you always. No work in all plays, shining like blood-filled hallways. Come and play with us, we all float down here. Say your name 3 times and we hopefully appear. Team full of psychics, super soldiers and weirdos. Some people call us sidekicks because we hardly heroes.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek-related. I'm your host, Buddy.
Dillard Skillard here.
And I'm Cheese Whiz.
Welcome to episode 242. It is actually December 23rd, Christmas Eve of 2020.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, the eve of the eve.
Of the COVIDia year, as we will remember it.
Yeah, our Christmas COVIDia episode.
Mm-hmm. So this is our Christmas episode. We've got lots of jam-packed Christmas activities. We have presents. We have top fives. We have caroling from Mammy. It's going to be a crazy show, you guys. I'll tell you.
I'm festive.
You are festive.
You guys are both
Tomorrow is Festivus.
Festivus. What's Festivus?
Festivus.
Festivus is your heritage. A new holiday was born. It's part of who you are. Now happy Festivus.
Tell me everything.
Festivus begins with the airing of grievances.
That is amazing.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And is there a tree?
No, instead there's a pole.
Wow.
Festivus miracle doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, George.
A Festivus for the rest of us.
That I'll be celebrating airing my grievances with 2020. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. You know, let's bring a little Christmas cheer. You know,
Well, let's do it. So if you're new to the show,
if you're new to the show, go to hardlyheroes.com. You can find all about ourselves, our bios, pictures, all the people we talk about, some of the sayings, some of Cheese's nicknames, some that do stick, some that don't.
TT.
And, you know, all the goods.
Mostly
all that down low information about them hardly heroes.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's see. I did kind of like cover a little bit what we're doing, but what's on the docket today is we're doing all streamed up, which we, of course, are talking Mando. Mando's over. It was the season finale.
Yep.
So we're definitely going to talk about that because we have to. We do have a top 5 Christmas edition.
Yes.
And we have some current events. We have Dilly's Gaming Corner, and we do have a Sidekick Mayo.
I love Sidekick Mayo.
So just real quick, a word from our sponsor, Sector 7 Salon. We are open for retail. So if any of you guys need some presents for the holidays, honestly, I mean, you only have tomorrow, right? And I could probably go to the salon tomorrow if somebody needs some presents. We have like Star Wars zipper bags. We have vintage Playboys. We have Marvel Series 1 cards. We have some Funko Pops. I'll sell you Buddy's Funko Pop for
whoa.
50 bucks.
Mine is not for sale.
$50. So if you guys need anything for the holidays, hit us up on any of the Hardly Heroes socials or any of our Sector 7 socials.
Nice.
So let's get into it, you guys. Look, we're going to talk Mando. And I'm sure this has already been covered. We're a few days late, right? It came out on Friday. There's already spoilers out there all over the place. So we're going to talk it. Yeah. So what do you guys think? I have my own opinions, of course. I'm going to have my opinions, but I want to know what you guys think.
I want to start off by just reminding everybody that Buddy was wrong about who was coming for the baby, the child.
Right.
I just want to get that up front. That was
so
false.
who did you think again, Buddy?
I'm 0 for 2, actually. I don't know if you guys remember. I thought maybe the eggs were going to have some meaning. Didn't.
No.
And then I hoped it was going to be Ezra from Rebels.
Oh, right.
Was wrong again.
Do you think anybody saw Skywalker coming?
The X-Wing was a giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. When the
Right,
X-Wing
at
rolled
that
up.
second, but before that.
Oh, no. I don't think anybody.
We all kind of knew somebody was going to come, right?
Mhm.
I thought it was going to be Ahsoka Tano.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like coming back just because they had already introduced her and everybody really liked her. So it could have been an easy callback of just bringing her back. But I mean, obviously, once you saw the X-wing and then you saw the green lightsaber, I was like, oh, well, it's
It
Luke.
can only be, you know.
But
That
how
one's
do you guys
cool.
feel about it?
I mean, how does it? How does that fit into like the storyline, though? You know what I mean?
So pretty much how I've taken it is that this fits in between the New Order taking over. So he's young enough, and this is right before he takes on all the Jedi after remember where he takes on like Ben and everybody like that.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of their way of
So right, because like Ben right now during the Mandalorian would be like a little kid, so he's not training yet. So it kind of fits in perfectly that it would be something that, you know, we never would have seen yet because this is a time, you know, that none of the movies cover.
Yeah, because you can tell it's after Return of the Jedi, but way before Force
Right.
Awakens.
Well, and they say it's like 5 years
Yeah, 5 to 7 years, I think.
after.
The blowing up of the Death Star.
Right, and then
Dose.
and then I was reading today, they were saying like, okay, Ben's born, but he's like a little kid, so this is like, you know, Skywalker is, you know, he could have done this, but I don't know, you guys. I just kind of was really loving that the Mandalorian was its own thing, and bringing Skywalker in is just, I don't know. I
mean, who else could they have brought in though? You know what I mean? Like it was, I think and this is it, right? I mean, there's no more after this.
Of this season, yes.
Right,
There
but
will be
of
more.
The Mandalorian, is it on for a season 3?
Yes.
Because it kind of seemed like they kind of wrapped it up, but
and that's
maybe
why
not.
that's why it kind of didn't sit with me, because now I'm like, okay, now it's a freaking a Skywalker show.
Why?
You know, it's because Baby Yoda's with Skywalker.
Well, I have my own prediction of what I think is going to happen, but
So it's
go
probably
on.
going to be wrong then. Let's hear it.
So my prediction is that Mando is he's going to take the Darksaber and go back to Mandalore and rule Mandalore and bring them back up.
Okay, see, I know. I guess, I don't know. It's just the story was him and Baby Yoda. None of us want to watch the show without Baby Yoda, even though we love The Mandalorian. I don't know. It's just like, how are they going to bring Baby Yoda back without having Skywalker in it? And it's just like, I just don't understand why they had to even include Skywalker. I was just really loving this being its own thing. And then they just have to tie it back into the goddamn Skywalker saga. You know?
I think it's cool that they can tie the whole universe together. I like that.
Because I felt like they were doing that in such good ways without having to put a Skywalker in there. You know, they were totally tying it to the world that we know and making it do you know, kind of bringing our, you know, like nostalgia into it, and, you know, just our love and a lot of the iconic stuff. Like they were doing that in such a great way without ever having to say Skywalker or show Skywalker. And I liked that. And I just feel like, I don't know. And I don't, you know, God, I don't want to say anything about Favreau because he's just a genius. But I mean, I don't know. Was that his idea? Like, did he want that? Is it like a Disney thing where they're like, you have to tie it into Skywalker? I just felt like it was, I don't know. I just felt like
I think it's their way of killing him off. Because if you remember Baby Yoda, because what you got to remember is because he says in the newer trilogy that Ben killed all of his students. So that's their kind of way of getting that out of the way. So this is its own thing.
So you think that The Mandalorian season 3 is going to be just Mando, no Baby Yoda?
Yes.
Who is going to watch that show?
I would.
Yeah, I think it's upsetting to you now, but I think they'll introduce something newer. You know what I mean? Kind of like nobody was expecting Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then everybody fell in love with it. I think that they have more up their sleeve, you know, that they're gonna. And I don't think we'll see more of Skywalker. I think he'll be a one-off.
Okay. Well,
you know,
that
CG,
well,
you know,
okay.
visit.
I'll
So
be fine with that. If it's just that and we never see Skywalker again, I'll be very happy with that. But I'm not going to be happy if I never see Baby Yoda again.
right, you're not the only one. I think he'll still be in there, but he might not be the main, you know, focus like he was these first 2 seasons.
Right. But I mean, I would like to. I mean, I like the Mandalorian, you know, Mando, and I would kind of like to see where this like dark saber goes and him ruling Mandalore. So anyway,
That's my just prediction of what I think is going to happen. I've been wrong about everything else, but
it's true. You have been wrong.
I think they talk
A lot.
about it so much in the show about Mandalore and about trying to reunite, you know, and the dark saber and everything. And they brought the dark saber in for a reason. So it's like, why? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's just my guess. I really hope it goes that way. I think it'd be super cool to see like an all-out war with all the Mandalorians.
Right.
That
Can I
dark
also-
saber was straight up heating up that Beskar armor
my
though,
God.
but didn't quite go through it. But it was heating it up.
Oh,
Hey, you guys,
dope.
I have such a terrible question because I just watched this episode. But does Moff Gideon die in this episode?
No.
He doesn't die.
Okay, but he's
Oh,
captured.
dude. What'd you guys think of the dark troopers?
The-
They were cool. They were better. I'm glad we got to see them again, you know,
Yeah.
like in full force, because I thought they were kind of cheesy when they came out in the 2 episodes ago.
Mhm.
They're just, you know, like kind of weird and stiff, and they all
Yeah.
moved at the same time. So it was kind of cool to see like the battle scenes between Mando and those guys.
I
Well,
loved it.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, that one dark trooper just kicked his ass, Mando's, you know.
Well, if you
and
think
then,
about it, I mean, it, you know, makes sense.
I know, but then Luke Skywalker was able to just take the whole thing down just with one lightsaber.
I mean, the lightsaber is the best weapon in the galaxy.
He does have the Force.
What about how Baby or Grogu gave a little touch to Mando's face?
Okay,
Took the
actually,
helmet off? Did that get
Oh,
you?
that was so
no,
cute.
it did. It really did get me. But this is my problem again. So I watched the last 2 episodes. He took his helmet off way too much.
It did all of a sudden. You're like, what?
No, it's like okay. Don't live by a freaking creed or credo or motto or whatever the hell it is that you're like so effing serious about, and you like take it so goddamn serious, and then in the last 2 episodes you take your fuck.
Do you
Well,
remember?
In the second to last, he wasn't in his Mando uniform, right? He was in like that other uniform when they went on to the Empire ship or whatever,
Yeah.
right? With Bill
And he took it
Burr.
off.
He didn't have Mando armor on, so that doesn't really count. You know, when he took his face off to scan it or whatever.
No, it definitely counts because look, this is the thing.
Yeah, but did you hear
Yeah.
what he said to him and Bill talked about? He's like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? He even
I know,
said
but
it. Bill
that's-
was
it's
like,
just-
what's the
You
point?
live your whole life by this, and then some Bill Burr tells you all of a sudden you have an epiphany and you can just take your helmet off whenever the hell you want.
Yeah, but then he also met the other Mandalorians that take their helmets off.
No, it's just
Which they're
it
kind of
was-
like the new, right? And he's like the old school,
Yeah.
I just
basically.
feel like it switched over in just 2 seconds for him, and then all of a sudden
It's
he's just taking it
2020.
off
He's
like
gotta
goddamn
get with it.
willy-nilly.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's
It's that
2020.
new. Got to be on that new these days,
I don't know.
You know, just want to get that COVID video.
right?
No, well, he's got to keep his mask on then.
No.
He should have had a mask on.
We
Actually,
should all be wearing masks.
He
Oh my
should-
God.
Mando
How
should have
much
had a
would you have laughed if he would have had a mask on? He's
They're
all,
like,
hey,
we're just trying
gotta
to
watch
stay
out for
relevant.
COVID video.
Well, overall, I love the show. I'm so
No,
sad that
she
it's
doesn't really
over.
like it,
I
but
can't wait till it comes back.
She's always got a but with the show. It was good, but it was good, but
No, that's definitely true because I don't think it's the best show I've ever seen in my life.
it is.
You know what I think it is too? Why I think Mando's so popular right now is because there's just not that much else out there. You know,
There's
Mm.
plenty of stuff to watch.
we all
out there.
have to watch Mando.
Yeah, but there's not. She's got a point. There isn't anything like huge. You know, like no real movies are coming out. There's no
No.
other big real like crazes other than Mando. you know.
Mando is it,
Maybe
dude.
some
Like,
other things.
yeah, it's like what it's, and the thing is, again, I know I always say this. I'm like a contradictor. Okay, I contradict everything. It's a freaking really good show, but it's not the best thing in the world. It's definitely
it
the
is.
only thing kind of that's this big. And
It's the best thing since Tiger King.
It's true. That
It's
is
the
very
best
true.
Star
I
Wars
miss Tiger.
thing they've done since the original Tridge.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's
What about-
amazing.
What about Rebels? What about Clone Wars? Oh, I thought you.
Now, Clone Wars is and Rebels is dope.
Oh.
No, but you haven't even watched it. Don't even player hate. I watched your stupid Picard
Discovery?
show and it was terrible.
All right, we're gonna move on because I told you guys not to go off on tangents, and being mean to me is a tangent that we can't stop. So, next segment, top 5.
Top fiver.
Going right in.
You guys have your list. So our top 5 for our Christmas edition is the top 5 presents you wanted but you never got. Now, one of mine might be controversial because we might have had it, you know, and I feel like I'm going to say it, then Mammy's going to call me up and be like, I bought that for you. How dare you say I'm a bad mother, you know? So anyway, who's buddy? Are you going first?
I'll go first. So my number 5 is kind of funny you say that. I got it, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And it really sounds probably pretty terrible that I'm saying that it had to be this way, even though I did get it, is for years I begged for a 49er helmet.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I wanted a real helmet, like a real one that the players wear. And I got like this one that's just like, it's fake. You know what I mean? It's like a replica. It's just mainly for like autographs and to like sit up on a shelf.
Right.
And I remember getting it and I thought it was cool, but it was just not really what I wanted. So when I got a little bit older, I kind of like shooed it off, and brother James still has it to this day. He was like, screw it, I'm going to keep it then. So,
do you think that whoever bought this for you, which was probably Mammy, was going to spend the money to buy you a real life NFL helmet worn by
just
a player?
saying it was something I wanted. That's why it's on the bottom of my list. But it was something that I had always like dreamed of having as a kid. Because when I was younger, I was obsessed with the 49ers. I lived, slept, and breathed 49ers.
I still feel like you do that. You talk about them all the time.
And the bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah, can we edit that in?
Me and E40, we be getting it. Just bang, bang, Niner gang.
I'm not going to edit that in.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Go ahead, Dill.
That's my number 5.
Second
Yeah,
line.
so I remember one year growing up, I really wanted like a new skateboard, right? Because I was big time into skating, and what I got was a pair of rollerblades. And you can imagine there was some disappointment.
Billy was
Wow.
a fruit booter.
What did you do with them?
I asked for 4 wheels, not 10, you know.
Did you like give them away?
I gave them a try. It just wasn't my thing. Yeah, I just went right back to skating, you know, on my old board, but I entertained it for a moment.
So
That's
my number
that's my 5.
that's a
really
good one.
funny.
My number 5 actually is something I want this year that I know I'm not going to get because nobody's buying me presents. And this is what I want. I want the Switch.
Ooh,
And I'm
that's a good
I'm
one.
not getting it. So this is my number 5 of things I want, but I know I'm not going to get.
No switch for cheese. That's funny.
That's great. Yeah, you're probably not going to get that.
No, I'm definitely not going to get it.
Mm-mm.
All right, buddy, number 4.
My number 4 was something that I had always wanted, and I don't even see them anymore, but I remember when I was a kid, they had them out, and it was the Super Soaker with a backpack.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
yeah. I remember that guy.
Dude, I
Backpack?
wanted it so bad because, you know, you just hate when you like pressure it all up and then you get like 5 squirts and then you're like, all right, I'm out of water.
Yeah,
But
you
the
gotta go fill up.
backpack, dude, it was just like endless supply.
That's dope.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
You could like have all your buddies pee into it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then like
Ew,
go shoot it at the
ew.
bus or something.
No. That's not nice.
No, you put cayenne pepper in the water.
You mix a little cayenne in there, so it's like red urine.
This is not how the Hardly
Urine?
Heroes does
I
it.
do remember
Urine?
those things were tight though.
Oh, dude,
They
I
had like
wanted
2
one so
tubes
bad.
that went down the back. Yeah. I
I
know that
wanted one
model.
so bad, but never got it.
There you
Okay,
go.
so my number 4 is just a whole bunch of new tattoos. You know what I mean? Like
Ooh,
I've been wanting that for a while, but the wife doesn't really want me to get all yadded up.
No,
I'm
yeah.
like, how about a neck blast? You know what I mean? Like, what's up?
So besides
good with that?
your one piece with the
Yeah, my back piece.
your back piece, do you have any? Do you have any
My
other?
back piece of shit. Yeah.
Do you have any other tattoos?
Not yet.
So that
So
you have
when I cover
one-
that one up, that's going to be my second tattoo. For
No
sure. And
nerve
then
Really?
I feel
tattoos.
like that's going to lead to probably more.
I love how you have. I mean, I love it, but a pretty bad tattoo
That's super
Yeah.
bad.
as your only one, and you
Uh-huh.
want to start getting yadded at like 45.
Yeah. Right.
Are you gonna get a nerve tattoos? What I want to know.
I probably would actually. I would because I think
So
I
a
might have
nerve
been
A nerve tattoo.
the only one not to have an NRB tattoo.
NRB
Yeah.
is an old
So I
band
feel
of
like I need to
Dilly's.
at some point.
Dilly's old band, NRB.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nerb.
yeah. That's brother James
Brother
and
James, right.
Billy.
Mhm.
Okay, so my number 4 actually, this kind of stung because when this came out, I was kind of a little too old for this toy. But I used to kill Polly Pockets. You guys know what a Polly Pocket is?
Oh yeah.
She's like
Oh.
hella tiny. And, like-
little baby.
She's hella small, but then her little, you'll have this little thing that you could fit in your pocket. You open up, and she's got like a little house and a little slide and everything, and it all lives in this little
Oh, it's like
thing.
it all folds out.
Yeah, and she's hella tiny, right? So Polly Pocket, I had Polly Pockets and everything, and that was amazing. But then I got a little older, and they came out with like this even doper Polly Pocket Cinderella castle. Okay,
Ooh.
but I was like
Wow.
too old, bro. Like I couldn't have Polly Pockets. I couldn't ask for
Mhm.
Polly Pockets anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? But I wanted it hella bad.
You aged out of the demographic.
I aged out, and I kind of wanted to like write to Santa or like tell mom like telepathically, like, look, I know I'm too old for Polly
Mm.
Pockets, but like I want that Cinderella castle, bro.
Need it.
Never too old for the things you love.
I think you can still find it on eBay, so maybe I'll
Okay.
get it for
Hint,
myself.
Polly Pockets.
Polly Pocket, Cinderella.
Mhm.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, it's Cinderella. There's nothing to it, really. Well, okay, number 3.
My number 3 is the Kenner toy set of the Millennium Falcon. It was beyond me. Like my brothers and stuff had it, but by then my pops had already chucked it in the garbage can. So I didn't get to enjoy those toys. And like kind of with my age demographic, Star Wars was, Star Wars, but the toys weren't really out like that back then. You know what I mean? There was some of them, but that was the one that I wanted because that was like the iconic one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That everybody had. And it was super cool. And my brothers would be like, oh, we had it, but dad chucked it in the garbage. And he threw away everything. And it's like, you don't realize how cool those would have been still to have.
Right.
Was it just
You know-
like a one complete ship, or was it like a put together thing?
No, it was like a complete Falcon. It like opened up and had all these little like compartments
remember
and all
that,
this cool
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's legit, dude. I was looking it up like just back OG, and they did come back out with like the boxes, which I think Creighton has them.
Really?
Creighton.
Great.
Creighton.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Dilly.
So my number 3, which I have asked for, and I always know I'm never going to get this, and I really want it super bad. So if anybody out there has deep pockets and then want to just spend money on somebody they don't know, I'm looking for the 720 stand-up arcade cabinet game, like the original
Oh.
with the checkerboard, and it had the swirly stick, and then the top has like these little, it's like a boom blaster or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's they're like $3,000 to $5,000 though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, for the OG. But I'm working on a man cave, and that's something that's a piece of the puzzle that I need.
So let's
Complete my life.
start a GoFundMe for
For
Dilly's dream.
Dilly's
cave.
gaming cave, the DRR cave.
I like that idea.
So my number 3 actually is, I don't know if you guys know these because I don't know if this was like a girl thing, but they're called Tamagotchi Do you know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
my god, I totally remember those.
And you put it on the keychain.
Yeah, I've actually, and you had to like feed it, and after it would hatch,
Yeah,
and it would like grow big.
I'm not kidding you. I never had one of these. They
What?
couldn't have been expensive, but
No,
like my
I had
friends
one.
had them. My friends had them, but like I never had one. Like I don't know if I just like you know just
You aged out because I remember
I
having
don't
one.
think it was. I remember my friends having them, and I wanted them. And my friend would have like 8 of them, you know, all on her like belt, like clipped onto her belt, and she was like taking care of all of these animals. I like never had them, dude. So I always wanted one of those. I wanted like 8 of them, actually, just like my friend.
You wanted a whole
Emily.
family of
Yeah,
Why didn't you ask her, like, can I just have one?
like literally, they can't. They have to cost like $5, right?
You can't give away your children. I mean,
I know, right? I'd be like, dude, let me get Sally, bro.
You don't even like Sally. She's your least favorite.
I
You
know,
feed her
right?
last. She's like the runt of the litter.
She's hella skinny, bro. Give her over. Because it was almost like a Sims. You know how you
Yeah.
have to like take care
was
of your
it
Sims?
digital or something? What the hell is this?
Yeah,
thing?
it was
It
like a little 8-bit.
Yeah, it was like a round thing, and there was a little screen, and there was like this animal that you had to feed or something, and
So
was-
weird.
I honestly, I bet anything you can still find them somewhere like on eBay or something. But yeah, it was like totally like something you had to take care of, and it was like a digital little thing that you carried around in your pocket.
It was super funny. I remember those.
All right, number 2.
My number 2, for the sheer marketing standpoint of this game, I wanted it. And I always remember it, and I thought it was super cool, but I never got it, was the board game Crossfire.
Oh yeah,
I wanted this game so bad. And I remember it coming on TV, and I'm like, dude, that looks so cool. And I never met anybody that had it. I never got to play it. So
Right.
still to this day, I want to play Crossfire.
Didn't you have like each player had like a rocket or something that would like shoot? There was 4 of them, I think,
And
right?
it was like a ball, and it was like boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like Crossfire.
Yeah.
So if anybody has Crossfire, let me know. I'll come over.
let's play.
Yeah, I want to play some Crossfire real bad.
Yeah.
So if you want to gift me a OG Crossfire, get at me
I know. Maybe we should have done this show last week so people had time to buy some gifts.
for realsy.
Find me a Tamagotchi. All right, Dill, what's your
Tamagotchi?
2?
Yeah. So this item has been taken from me, and it's been about 6 years now, and my life hasn't been the same without this one particular item.
Okay.
And
You know what it
I want my guitar back from Brother James.
is.
Like, it's the time, man. Like, give it back, bro. It's fine.
So, Brother James, Dilly's best
I
friend,
was extorted for it.
stole his guitar 6 years ago and
Mhm.
moved to Indiana with
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, sad. But the worst part about it, he likes to send me like provocative photos of him with the guitar in all kinds of different poses and whatnot.
Dilly,
And
I
it's really
Post
upsetting.
one of
It
those
gets me
on
really
After
hard.
Dark.
wait.
Yeah, post one of them.
I have an idea. What if when I go to visit Brother James, right? I just like act like I'm there to visit, see my niece, see Indiana, and I just steal it back for you.
I actually have yeah, that's a grand idea. Or maybe we just like, because he doesn't know how to like play the thing or anything, so we'll just get like a fake guitar.
Right.
We'll just that looks like it,
Oh,
like
the
a
old
copy.
switcheroo.
I like
Dude,
that
yeah.
idea.
Guarantee
do
I
that.
could do it. Because I'll
We'll
be like,
do
oh,
like
no,
some
I don't,
Ocean's 11 shit.
yeah, like I don't need a ride to the airport. I'll just take an Uber. Steals
That'd be
these.
so Savage Garden.
Maybe I'll bring Mammy with me to. She'll be like the decoy or like the She'll
Or
call
do,
the.
you know what
Oh,
you
what
do?
He probably has it booby trapped. I'm not gonna lie. Like you think you got it, and then like it hits a trip cord or something that triggers a dart that shoots you in your neck. And
What you do is you have Mammy get it for you. Just tell Mammy you want it back, and Mammy will be like, I have to give it to Dilly. He really wants it, and it means a lot to him. And then he'll have to give it up. He
Yeah,
can't
he-
say no to Mammy.
No one can say no to Mammy.
Mammy's your ticket.
okay, I think we
She's
should work
been
that
gonna
angle.
help.
Let's
All
work
right.
that angle.
Okay, let's do it. My number 2. Now this is the one that's controversial, and I'm gonna need some confirmation on it. But I always wanted the Barbie dream house. Now, we had something that Barbie may have lived in, but it wasn't like the top tier. Do you know what I'm saying?
What wasn't the?
It was
like
a
the
shoebox.
dream house. I think she had just a house. Like we had a house, but it wasn't like the dream house with like the elevator and stuff.
Oh,
Do you know?
it was,
And the
it was
garage
the poverty
or, like,
edition.
yeah, like there was just a way better. Like I had a dope ass castle for She-Ra, but I remember my Barbie house being like very subpar.
It was very sham. It was,
Right, it was
more like a
It was
hovel.
like
It
a
was
sea
like
shanty.
lower middle class, you know?
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't
like-
the dream home she had always wanted.
So I like loved Barbie when I was younger. Barbie was like my jam, dude. I actually still really like Barbie. Like we have at the salon, we have a vintage like 1962 Barbie that we found at an estate sale with a trunk full of clothes. And I literally like change her clothes like once a week and put her in like a new outfit or whatever. It's like still fun to dress up my Barbie, I swear to God. So anyway, that's my number 2. What's your number 1, buds?
All right, my number 1. I wanted this for so many years. I asked for this, and then I knew somebody that had it, and I was too old to enjoy it, but I still
Wanted
used it because I wanted it that bad. He's like, dude, it's broken, doesn't even work that well. I'm like, I don't care because I always wanted one. And I don't know why it means so much to me, but I always wanted the Power Wheels Jeep. Remember the
Yes.
Power Wheels, like like the battery powered one you could drive?
Yeah, motorized.
I wanted that thing so bad. For like years, I begged for one and begged for one, and I never got one. And the neighbor up the street, Trent, had one. And I was way older. I think I was like 8 or 9. And I was just like, I don't care, dude. And I'm driving it. He's like, bro, it doesn't even work that well. I'm like, I don't care. I've always wanted one, and I always wanted to drive one. And nobody I knew had one. But
You're all being his friend just so you could use his Power Wheel toy.
dude.
You
I
go,
wanted-
hey, what's his name play? And then let's play with the Power Wheel.
Yeah, and he doesn't
the
even
whole
care about
time.
it anymore.
Yeah, he's like,
Right.
it's not even charged. I'm like, charge it now. He's like, it takes how long? I don't care, dude. I want to drive it
You're like, I'm your best friend. Just
Yeah.
charge it.
now. But yeah,
Alright,
I
Joe.
wanted one so bad. And that was only when they had the Jeep. Now they got hella cool.
I got a hella car. You could get like your parents' mini car.
Mhm.
Pally Keith
driving
and I,
Audis.
Pal Keith and I went picking one time, and we found like a VW bus one, and
Oh,
he's like a
yeah.
VW guy, so he scooped that for
Yeah,
sure.
you hella scoop that, dude.
So on the topic of vehicles, of course, I wanted like a car when I was 16, right? You know, I wanted that 67 Camaro real bad. That 67 had to be 67.
Had to be.
Did Dilly
Had-
get it?
No,
Hell
God, I
no.
hope not.
Dilly didn't get shit.
If you already lost
What
it,
Dilly
I'd be-
did get eventually was a 73 Mustang that looked like a Pinto. We've talked about this before. The rims were rusted out, so I spray painted them silver. Like it was straight hoop. It was a
Hella
hoop.
ghetto.
Yeah, it was bad. But I smashed that thing for a minute.
So when did your parents buy you that?
I actually got it from my aunt. She it had just been sitting, you know. So
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
nice.
I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point.
Oh yeah, dude. That's how I would have been.
I
I'd have
wasn't
bought
even
my
gonna put a car on my list because I mean,
No, we weren't given cars.
there
from
was
any-
no way it was ever even gonna like be a thing.
So
Boy can dream.
Yeah, I know, right?
So my number 1 is actually, buddy, the same. It's not the Jeep specifically, but it was just one of those kid electric cars that you could drive around.
Dude, I wanted one so.
And I'll tell you the reason you never got one is because we all wanted one. Okay. We wanted one. James wanted one. I wanted one, and so did sister. Okay. And none of us ever got one. Okay. Because we couldn't afford it. And there's too many damn kids. And if you got one of those with 5 children, okay, that thing would have been busted after the first week of us trying to ride it. I'm telling you, I wanted one of those so bad. They made like a pink Barbie one, dude.
The pink
like-
Barbie Jeep, I remember that.
Made so many cool ones, and we never had one at our house, and it's like traumatizing, Mammy. Okay, we never got it. I don't even remember a friend. Like, at least you had a friend that had one, dude.
I know, but he wouldn't let me use it. He's like, "Oh, the battery sucks. It takes too long." And I just remember, like, I was too old by then because 8 years old, like barely chugging along.
Do you want it when you're like 5 or 6? Is that
Yeah,
like
'cause
the
you
age?
want it at a young age because you can kind of fit in it real good.
Right.
And it was never.
What
I've
would have been
aged
worse
out now.
if you wanted that, but then you got one that was just like it had the pedals and stuff. And stuff in it.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Push it yourself like the Flintstones.
Right. Like, this is
Dude,
not
you-
electric.
Have you seen what people do to them now? Like some
Yeah,
people
they look
like
like
souped them up.
So they
Mhm.
go
And they're
fast.
like drifting and stuff. They're like super fast.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
put
it's
your
funny
kid in
though,
that.
as like adults, kind of like if we want something, we just buy it. So we don't get that same kind of like, trauma of being like wanting something so bad and then not getting it.
Yeah.
I
I
miss
know you're
that.
just like, if you wanted that bad, you're like, I'm gonna buy it.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, that was our Christmas top 5. So if you guys have any gifts that you wanted desperately and your mammy didn't get it for you, please write us in.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
Okay, so
On the topic real fast of Christmas gifts, big shout out to
Yes.
WHATson.
Yes.
He showed up to my work and was like, hey, I got something for the hosts of Hardly Heroes. And I'm not gonna lie, these were big boxes. I
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
a little worried.
I actually got 2 presents, but whatever.
I mean, I got one, but this one is magical. And WHATson, I don't know how you know. Maybe it's because I talk about it all the time, but he got me a gallery diorama action figure statue of OG Batman sitting on top of like a building. It's pretty much like one of the statues from Batman, and he's just standing up with his cape behind him. So legit, dude. I'll take a picture of it, but I am blown away.
Really nice
With-
quality.
Yeah, it's stupid good quality. The details so good, and I'm just like, I want to hug him right now, and he's not close. And
You're not
I'm going to do more than hug.
You can't hug right now during COVID. Yeah.
I can't hug. I gotta stay 6 feet apart.
You gotta stay
Can I
6
air hug him?
Sure, virtual hug. Zoom
Because
hug.
I was not expecting that. He didn't have to get us anything. I thought that was so cool, but I didn't expect something that freaking cool.
If you keep your faces away from each other, tip to tip.
Can we butt touch?
Yeah, you can butt touch for sure.
Okay. If we fart at the same time, does that mean that we've made a connection? Okay.
Dilly, what did Watson get you?
So I probably I'm going to go ahead and say I got the best gift of all out of all 3 of us. So you guys know, well, you may not know, but the Hulk is my favorite superhero for sure. So what WHATson got me is the Thor Ragnarok Gladiator Hulk figurine.
So
And
dope.
this thing is beefy. Let me tell you, it is sick. He's got this ginormous sledgehammer thing and then an axe. It's dope. He's standing on top of this rock, and it is, man, I'm super jazzed. Couldn't have asked for a better gift. Thank you so much, WHATson. I really love it.
So Watson got me the Enterprise. It's like not a figurine, but like not a statue. What is it? It's like on a stand, and it's
Ship
the
replica.
a replica of the Enterprise E, actually, which is really cool. It's super sleek. It's really
A
heavy.
model. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we'll post pictures of all these, but I also he got me like a little collector's Star Trek official Starship collection little book too. It's a special issue actually. So this little book kind of talks about this specific Enterprise, because there's several different models. Anyway, Watson, super love it. This is going to be so amazing in my salon. So I'm going to put it up there, and we'll post pictures. So sweet of you, because I don't think we got anybody gifts, us Hardly Heroes. We were super, we've just been quarantined, and we just didn't do anything this year really for Christmas.
No,
Thank you
also
so much, Watson.
the extra gift Watson gave me was getting glitter all over Dilly while he opened up his present.
I've got more glitter than Elizabeth Berkley and Showgirls on me right now. I'm like covered from head to toe. And that paper that was on that stuff, like I picked it up not knowing that it was just like going to get everywhere. So I'm just I'm just glittered up right now. I'm shining.
The Glitter Factory?
Flossy and shiny.
I'm Flossy.
WHATson, you the man.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Walter.
MVP.
We miss you so much. We love you, and we need you nearest our bodies. And Buddy wants to touch butts.
I do want to touch butts.
Okay, so moving on, actually, we do. So our friend of the show, Shotzi, Hildy June, aka, actually turned my attention to something really cool. This is kind of some local Sacramento spotlight news.
Well, I like it.
So a born and raised Sacramentians is taking his love and knowledge of the city to the realm of superheroes with a comic series highlighting what makes the area unique. Bryce Trace Sands, creator of Impound Comics, believes Sacramento, particularly its MMA scene, isn't getting the attention it deserves. In comes superhero Impound, a single father and struggling MMA fighter who one day gains superpowers, which the character sees as his big break. Outside of mixed martial arts, the comic book series will also draw from some of Sacramento's actual history. Sands said there will be landmarks, businesses, actual events that people local in the area would recognize instantly. So this is really cool. I saw some of the drawings, and there's like the Tower Bridge in there. There's the Golden One Center. There's K Street. There's all types of obviously stuff that if you live here in Sacramento, you would recognize. So I think this is pretty cool. Stuff like this, like I'm sure I know, Buddy, you saw this movie because you went with me, Lady Bird.
Yeah.
It was a really well-known movie that was shot in Sacramento and written and directed by a Sacramentian, Greta Gerwig, I think her last name is. I can't remember. But anyway, I mean, that was like a big deal. It was like a movie that, was like a totally, relevant and popular. And, I like how people who are from Sacramento, born and raised in Sacramento, become successful in the arts and entertainment and movies and TV. But I love when they kind of like also draw from it, where they're like, Sacramento is really cool. There's a lot of things that, it could give to these industries or whatever. So I really like this. So I think we're going to have to check out this comic series.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm into it. I like the whole MMA twist thing that he's,
I think that's,
because that's cool, right? He's like a up and coming MMA fighter. Of course, that transition in you can transition that into being a superhero and just kicking more ass.
I totally agree with you. It's kind of like a different storyline. I feel like so often it's like a scientist that accidentally spills something on himself or whatever. It's like, I think this is a really cool. I just wonder how he one day gains superpowers. I want to kind of get to the story.
And I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So look out for that. That's Brent Trace Sands. Okay. It's Impound Comics. So check them out on probably like Instagram, Facebook, all that website.
Talking real quick, Sacramento, a local band that's made actually a big name for themselves, Dance Gavin Dance, actually did a concert over the weekend, and they shut down the Gold Bridge downtown Sacramento.
Oh, Tower Bridge?
Played on it, yeah.
That sounds cool. That's a really cool venue. And people were allowed to go, or
no? It was just they played and shut down the bridge and did a live performance that you could stream.
Oh, okay.
So super cool. It was really cool to just show how pretty our city really is. And they said it had always been a dream of theirs living in Sacramento to do a concert on the bridge.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's awesome.
It was really cool.
Sacramento coming up.
Did anybody do like a TBG that you saw there, or was there any TBGs?
No, there was no TBG. I think they were worried that you were going to get them for copyright.
Right, because that was, that's what I was kind of looking for. Like, because if they used it, then, I should, right.
You can't be doing TBG. That's really
definitely not, especially in the same spot where I TBG'd. It's the Tower Bridge grip.
Yeah, TBG. He started the TBG group.
Yep. TBG gang.
Yep. All right, let's get into Billy's Gaming Corner.
Let's go.
It's Dilly's Gaming Corner. Let's play.
Thanks, guys. So, Games with Gold is announced for January 21. Here are the deets. So, available from January 1st to the 31st, we have Little Nightmares. So, in this game, you help your character 6 survive the Maw, a massive, mysterious vessel inhabited by corrupted souls looking to make their next meal. Reconnect with your inner childhood and unleash the imagination to escape the horrors within and find salvation. I've seen this one a lot. It seems like a pretty cool game. Haven't tried that one yet.
Okay.
Again, January 1st to the 31st, going all month long. Next is a title we've probably all played at some point, or most of us have played. This is Dead Rising. And this is available from January 16th to February 15th. And this is a remaster of the original game. So you survive the flesh-hungry undead mob in the Willamette shopping center using a range of weapons at your disposal. As photojournalist Frank West, you'll have 72 hours to fight off the zombie horde and discover the reason behind the outbreak. So, have you played this one, Sturls? No, it's super fun. So, a lot of zombies in this one, and you're like in a mall setting, and you can just grab whatever, and you know, all these crazy, like, it kind of reminds me of, God damn, I can't think of the name, Saints Row, like style, but like zombies. So, real, like, slapsticky stuff. Like, you can you just grab whatever and kill zombies with it. Fun game, so that should be good. That's 16th to February 15th. Next, we have the King of Fighters, and that's going to be available January 1st to the 15th of January. This is an upgraded version of the original arcade classic. So you're going to utilize your hyperdrive gauge to let loose devastating strikes and combos. Don't miss out on the final chapter of the Ash saga, full of anger and betrayal, which ends here. And that is the King of Fighters 8. Lastly, for Games with Gold, January 21, we have Breakdown, and that's going to go from the 16th to the 31st. You are trapped inside a mysterious lab and unable to remember the past. Derek Cole must fight his way out using his newfound extraordinary powers. Combining hand-to-hand combat, state-of-the-art weapons, and an intense storyline, you're going to embark on a thrilling and suspenseful search for the truth in this first-person action title. So some cool games coming to Games with Gold. Next, we have this is some great news. I almost couldn't believe it. So, the future of gaming is upon us right now, guys.
Right.
And I'm not talking about the Xbox Series X or the PS5. I'm talking about the KFC console. That's
What?
right.
What's that?
The KFC console.
Like the chicken?
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Absolute skis. So the fast food chain KFC has launched a new Intel-powered games console that comes with a built-in chicken chamber to keep your snacks warm.
What?
This is real.
Lying.
This is real. And it's shaped like a bucket, too.
Dude, that's dope.
So, some of the specs include an Intel NUC9 Extreme Compute Element and 2 Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte solid-state drives for storage. According to the Cooler Master website, the console can also handle virtual reality games and other smooth gameplay thanks to a 240 frames per second frame rate and 4K display compatibility, according to the details published by Cooler Master. Your chicken will be kept hot thanks to a custom-built cooling system that keeps the console hardware at a regular temperature while the heat produced by its components to warm the chicken chamber.
Shut up.
Intel said it has nothing to add to details released by Cooler Master or KFC and did not comment on pricing or release date when contacted by CNN. KFC did not immediately respond to requests for comment. This is a real console, you guys. It's real.
But it's
Are you
not,
gonna
you
It's
can't buy
like
it.
it's got a little pull out on the top. It's got a tray, and you can put your chicken or snacks or whatever the hell in there, and it stays warm, right?
But you can't buy it right now, right?
No, not yet. It's not out yet.
So also,
But it sounds like
is
a
this-
beast. I mean, they've got some serious like components going into that thing.
But are you like, you know how there's like Xbox games and PlayStation games? Like, or is this console like play other types of games, or it's like its own
I
game?
don't know. I think it would probably play like computer games is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you
Or
get one,
maybe
Dale?
licensing for other games? I don't know, man. If the price is right, I might
I ain't
get
gonna lie,
me
I
some
kind of
chicken.
want one.
There's nothing I like more than a good chicken dinner. You know what I mean?
I
PUBG
don't-
style.
in what world do you need to keep your chicken warm in your console? Like, aren't you just eating
in
the
the
chicken?
11th. It also comes with 11 herbs and spices that you can sprinkle into the chicken chamber.
I would be more interested if the chamber like made me biscuits or something.
If it
No,
was like an
dude.
air fryer or something.
Keep your chicken warm, dude.
I'm
Yeah,
eating my
Winter
chicken,
chicken
Keep
dinner,
snacks
dude.
in there too, right?
dried out, warm,
Put some
rewarmed
Totino's
chicken.
pizza rolls in there, heat them up.
Ooh, yum.
know? The power of the console cooks the meat.
That's just
Keep
insane.
your pizza rolls warm. Yes, please.
I don't
So
get cold
check it out,
chicken.
you guys. Look at it. It
I'm
looks
gonna
pretty
look it
dope.
up.
It's shaped like a bucket. It's got a pull-out tray. It's a real console. Like it's happening.
I can't
It's
even
real.
handle this right now.
And it keeps your chicken warm. All right. So I thought tis the season, and I'm gonna throw some my
oh
favorite.
my god.
See it? Do you see it?
Oh my god, dude. This thing is
Real,
dope.
dude. Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
bucket of
that's
chicken.
pretty cool.
Oh, it's got the warming tray in there.
Look it up.
It's
I thought it was gonna look cheesy like a KFC bucket, but that looks like a black, really cool bucket.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Too.
hmm So I'm gonna throw some of my favorite Christmas games / DLC titles that you can get down on during this festive time. One of my favorite games that I recently got, this is Killing Floor 2, and this is the Christmas Crackdown update, which brings you new maps, cosmetics, and more. So the 2020 edition Killing Floor's annual Christmas event is getting a new community map. Elysium supports all of King Floor 2's main game modes, including endless, survival, and the weekly challenge mode. Going off the look at the trailer, does not appear particularly Christmassy, but any brand new map is for free is a plus. Killing Floor 2, first-person shooter, tons like zombie hordes come. It's almost like Black Ops Zombies, but
Okay.
slightly
nice.
different. We have Overwatch, Winter Wonderland. This yearly seasonal expansion adds new co-op game modes, festive skins, emotes, voice lines, sprays, and map reskins. Most of them findable in a festive loot boxes. Funny enough, Blizzard doesn't have to strain that much to make this game more colorful. So fans of Overwatch, rejoice.
Very cool.
And
It's
for
a
Switch
popular
fans,
game.
yeah, Overwatch.
Mhm.
I didn't really get into it because I'm always playing other stuff, but I mean, it's popular. It's been
Yeah.
out for a long time.
Yeah, that's what's a
Super Mario Odyssey Snow Kingdom. If you haven't played Super Mario Odyssey, you're
Get
living
on
on
it.
their rock cheese. You need to get you a Switch. Nintendo has spoiled us every Christmas because more often than not, they add an icy world. Super Mario Odyssey wasn't the exception. The Snow Kingdom is full of flair and flakes, and the Santa hat wearing enemies are cheerful enough to make you consider not want to jump on their heads. So, there's some nice little titles that you can enjoy during the holiday season. You can thank me. If you guys want a game with Old Dill, hit me up. My gamer tag is Don Dilly, DONDILLY. I'm on the Xbox. I'm on the Switch. And I'll probably be on tonight. So send me a friend request and we can play.
Do you have an update?
I do have an update. So you guys know I've been kind of asking for something, and there's been something that I've been wanting that's really been hard to find. So, and that was an Xbox Series X, right? So turns out a guy that I know that I'm pretty close to called me up, and he's like, "Hey, I know a guy that knows the guy's cousin, whose baby mama's daddy, side sister, has a line on the Xbox One X, Series X. That person, none other than Sterling Nickerson.
What?
Your
No.
boy
Gave me the
Mag-
lead, and the man, the myth, the legend that had it, the Black Goat.
Shut up.
Yep.
Black
He
Goat
had
came
it?
through for Dilly big time.
Wait, but how
Not forever in his debt.
did he buy one, or he knew someone that had a line on it?
He had one for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you
He's got the
serious?
plug.
The goat, dude.
So
Yep,
me and
go
Goat
look
linked
at that.
up.
Love that
He made
guy.
a special delivery to brighten up my Christmas,
Oh my god.
and he did just that. Like my Christmas dreams have been granted.
Wow.
Like it's here.
Does it sound bad? But I was like, go hit me up. I was like, hey, I got an extra Xbox. I was like, how mad would Dilly be if I was like, hey, dude, I copped an Xbox? He'd have been like, what? And I'd have been like, yeah, dude, I got it. He would have been bent.
You should have at least pretended for a few minutes.
It's too much to do. I mean, if anything, an
His poor
Xbox
emotions
is
couldn't
way
take it.
more, like meaningful to him than me. So
He
I was
offered
like,
it to you first.
no, he immediately said Dilly.
But
But I thought about being, because he was like, hey, is Dilly still
Yeah, he
looking for an
knows
Xbox?
Mhm.
And I thought about being like, hey, I'll buy it.
You're like, I'm
But I-
looking for one. Shoot.
But I was like, nah, I can't do that to Dill. Like, Dill needs an Xbox, especially because our correspondent, Phil B, got one.
You got one?
And usually Dilly's on that new
Yeah.
Mhm.
real fast. So I didn't want Dill to be left out in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dilly, I'm
I
really
was starting
excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
God.
about-
Thank you, brother. Thank
Really
the
been-
Lord. You know.
Yeah.
Poor
I
thing.
was just starting to learn to live without it. You know,
I mean, that's rough,
it's tough. I had like accepted it. You know, finally.
But
it
when
wasn't-
are you going to play it is what we need to know.
Well, the wife is really trying to make me wait till Christmas, but between you and me, that shit ain't happening.
There ain't no way, right?
It's not happening.
You don't work tomorrow, so I know you about to get down tonight.
I'm off.
Wait,
through-
Why does she want you to wait just to
It's like my main, my main jam. It's the big present. She was trying to find me one. Everybody was. I was trying to find one. I would have bought it for myself to give to her to give to me. You know what I mean? But I just couldn't find it. The retail bots kept swooping them up.
I just couldn't believe Goat had an extra one. And I was like, Dilly's got to have this. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, we're so glad. Honest to God, this has been a week after week. I mean, it's been what, 3-4 weeks that we've been talking about this. Poor
come up
Billy
with
over
them
there,
bells.
just barely surviving. This guy.
Yeah.
Look at
Thank you,
him. He's
Goat.
so happy. Thank you, Goat. He's always treating the heroes so good.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Goat.
So we do have one email. Okay.
Okay.
And I definitely had it pulled up.
At one point.
Didn't.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is from William E. Jeske.
Jet ski?
Jeske. Jeske. This is from he actually sent this in the Thursday of last week, Thursday of last week, but it was like at night. So it was like after we did the show.
Okay.
Okay, here's a message. So seems the big video game scandal is how buggy and broken Cyberpunk 2077 is on consoles.
Mm-hmm.
How does this compare to other gaming disasters such as No Man's Sky, Batman Arkham Knight on PC, or Fallout 676?
Acorn Knight. That was an awesome title. It was the Halloween edition.
Arkham Knight. I'm sorry. What did I say?
Acorn.
Okay, so Dilly, so if you can comment on this. So
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, Batman Acorn Knight, and Fallout 76.
Yeah, so I can definitely identify with you on that. When No Man's Sky came out, I know it needed a lot of work. And I think they've got it now to the point, but it's been out for years.
Mhm.
But they've got it to the point now where it's like a good title. But yeah, just a huge pile of crap when it first came out. Arkham Knight, I didn't get that at launch, but I did, a few months after I played that, and it's still pretty buggy. I think, but with Cyberpunk, this was like the most anticipated game
Right.
for people have been waiting for this thing for years, and it's been in development for so long. It's been pushed back because it needed to be polished up, and then you put it out and it's just a turd nugget, like what the hell?
So do you think the Cyberpunk is like worse than those other ones that you're talking about?
Well,
It was more anticipated.
yeah, because it's just more, everybody's been talking about it. It's got Keanu in it. Like, it's a huge deal, right? People are just waiting for this thing, and it's terrible. Like, they pulled it from the store. They're offering refunds for the game. Like, that's unheard of.
Right. It's been a week and it's still like they're still pulling it. It's still
They might have patched it because I didn't buy it, but I did hear that they had a patch that fixed some things. But knowing that, I never trust that. It's like they patch it and then other problems,
Right.
emerge or something else happens. But yeah, there's some weird glitches and real buggy stuff in there that I've seen online. But yeah, I would say Cyberpunk is like a huge disappointment over those two titles. But yeah, it reminded me of like when Anthem came out. Like everybody was really waiting for Anthem. It looked like this super cool, like sort of new like Destiny style game, and it just sucked. And like it was just garbage. And it never. Now you can find it for like $5 or something. I mean, they can't even give the thing away for free. It's so yeah, it's along those lines, but it's a huge disappointment.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for writing in, William.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you guys, just a few things real quick. Last week we did talk about Christmas Chronicles, and I know that we all watched it. We're not really going to get into it, but I just want to know your guys' opinion because I feel like Kurt Russell is my favorite Santa Claus now after Christmas Chronicles. So
yeah, he's a good Santa.
Right?
He definitely was, because I didn't see the first one. I went right into number 2.
Okay.
And he's just badass. Like he's like chasing like some kind of snow cat. He's like hunting it, and also he's like a badass Santa.
He's kind of
But
like
he also, they go through like his backstory, how he like found the joy of giving as Saint Nick, and he has like, he's like brown haired Kurt Russell, before he's got his grays, and it was cool.
I actually really like the kind of backstory about Santa Claus and him being like Saint Nick. What about you, Buds?
I was actually really surprised how much I liked it. I mean, I was like gonna watch it just because it was Kurt Russell, and I love Kurt Russell, like especially old Kurt Russell. But I caught myself not even just watching it because it was him. It was more of like it was an original story, which I thought was really cool. It's not the same Christmas movie that they just like regurgitate out, which was really refreshing and a lot of fun. And I don't know. He was a great Santa. I loved his look.
I love his look, his jacket, his
joke was really funny.
Not like white and red. It's like the fur is kind of like actual, looks like an animal fur.
Yeah, and he was really like funny about like, oh, you think all Santa is fat? And he's like, my butt doesn't look like that. And he didn't want to go ho ho ho. Like I really liked that part of him. He was just super funny and kind of made fun of the traditional like Santa Claus.
Right.
And I thought that was the best part of it. Like it was just so different, all of it.
You know what
I thought? A lot of fun.
But after watching the second one, because they had like in both movies, Santa basically like sings and like rocks out like Santa Rock. And I kind of kept thinking like, is it Kurt Russell that like wanted to be like a rock star when he was younger, where he's like, hey, if I'm gonna be Santa, I want to be able to sing. I want to wear some Ray-Ban sunglasses and play the saxophone.
It was so cool. And even I like the first one the best. The second one was still good. And it was cool that they did like a kind of different thing with like
Belschnickel.
Belschnickel, and that was funny. The
Belsnicks.
The elves were a little weird in the beginning, hard to get used to, but I kind of got over that.
Same here. I was going to mention that. It was just kind of weird to see, and they were like so small and like obviously like CGI or something. But yeah, like the smallest elves that I've ever seen.
Did you notice what they said on the in the second one? If you look at the movie that was playing originally was Elf. Did you see when they went bad what it was?
It was Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. I thought that was really funny.
No, I thought it was really cute. Logan and I kind of felt the same way when we first watched the first one. Like the elves were the one thing where we're like, it just doesn't sit right, But then I think by the time we were in the second movie, it was just we were used to them, and I think they're kind of cute. And they don't, speak English, and I think it's kind of cute. But anyway, I just wanted to. I'm glad you guys watched it, Dilly. You should watch the first one now that you watched the second one.
All right, the first one's way better.
Yeah, the first one is really, really good.
I'll do it first.
And also, just to keep going on this Christmas theme, we actually do have a song that Mammy has sent in.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna play it here soon, but it's also a duet and a harmony along with us, and it's something really special that Mammy also did her own creative revisions to this Christmas classic that we're going to help her sing. So this is for you guys from Mammy, so enjoy.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
Reindeer.
had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him,
Saw it.
you would even say it glows.
Like a lightsaber.
All of the other reindeers
Reindeer.
used to laugh and call him names.
Like Darth Vader.
They never let poor Rudolph
Rudolph.
join in any reindeer games.
Like Monopoly.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeers loved him
Loved him.
as he shouted out with glee,
Yippee.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer,
Reindeer.
you'll go down in history.
Captain America.
You'll go down in history.
You'll go down. In haste, all right.
That was amazing, Mammy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was so
Voice
much
of an angel.
fun. I know she really does have a voice of an angel. She loves to sing. That was so much fun. Thank you so much, Mammy.
Yeah, that was so good. And it was all her own creation. We didn't even say anything. She was like, I have this idea. And we're like, all right, shoot.
She sent the words, and then we
Yeah.
got in the studio, all of us. and
Harmonize.
We harmonized. We did it.
We steamed the booth,
Yeah.
the vocal booth.
All right. Well, that's it. Just remember to the best way to support the show, go to Podbean, become a subscriber for our premium channel by becoming a patron. Just $2 or more a month gets you access to all of our old stuff, all of our bonus content. And also it's the best and easiest way to support us because we're poor and we need money and we love you guys.
Yeah.
So where can they find us, brother?
They can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find
Where
us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Instagram at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
Number one.
Or go to Facebook, Hardly Heroes, the Hardly Heroes Sanctorum, where we keep the show going. And yeah, become a subscriber is the best way to support the show and your favorite listeners. And just remember one thing.
Disclaimer, they don't know shit.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas. Love you guys.
Yep. Thanks again, WHATson. You're amazing.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.